Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy.
Good job. Good job.
Happy birthday.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you.
Day to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you. Okay, let's start.
Yay!
One more time.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Yeah!
Happy birthday to you.
Now do it yourself.
You ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Can I see?
Yay, good job, Dolly.
Can I see that? Thank you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Now chocolate.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Grandpa.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah! Yeah!
Hey Larry, how are you? Well, it's your 70th birthday. Well, that's a special day. It's a BAM day. And what a wonderful day that is. And I want you to know that we wish you the best of luck on this particular day. And that perhaps when you get back, we can get together for breakfast. That's always been a good time for me. I have enjoyed the times you've done it. But I think we better do it again sometime soon. And so at any rate, watch out for all the things that fly by as you go on with your life, because some of them are going to drop out silver dollars maybe, or just a bunch of tinsel, I don't know. But at any rate, have a very, very happy 70th birthday. Thanks again. See you later. Bye.
Larry, where are you? We're waiting for you to start. We have a few donuts for you, and the guys want to wish you a happy 70th.
Larry, happy 70th birthday.
Larry, Bubba has passed a resolution that when you're 70, you're excluded from the Bible study and replaced by a 34-year-old. But it was voted against 3-2.
Hey Larry, happy birthday. We miss you and hope things are going well. I think you're in Seattle now, but wherever, happy birthday.
Hey Larry, I guess you'll be seeing this post-election, so we hope you're still a happy guy, and we do miss you, and happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Larry. For sure, you know, Q is wrong because Raven is still here.
Larry, happy birthday. We miss you here. We're glad you're part of our lives. Have a great one. Hey, Larry, Jim's not here, but he wishes you a happy birthday too. And his recommendation for our next book is Meditations on 1 Corinthians 13 by Rush Limbaugh. What do you think? Happy birthday.
Okay, now record.
Happy birthday, Larry.
Hi, Larry. We're so glad that Clark had this bright idea to get us to record a message to you for your very special birthday.
But now this is the fifth
This
time.
is the fifth effort. We may send you some of the old ones for your enjoyment.
Laughing pleasure.
Anyway, we're hoping that you're having a fabulous 70th birthday. You know you are my favorite brother. I don't know about
Well,
Shirley.
and mine
She may have
too.
another.
No, not a chance.
Always the
Not a
one that's there to help us through and kind of be our rock. You are the best.
chance. You're the best, Larry.
And we hope you're having a great time in Seattle, loving up those kids, and that you have a fabulous 70th birthday.
Have a wonderful day on Tuesday. Well,
Happy birthday.
the whole time.
Love you.
Bye.
See
Love
you soon.
Hey, Dad. So, the past week, I've been thinking about this video and what I wanted to say. A lot of things came to mind. I was like, you know, should I talk about the fact that you're the coolest dad in that you were the first guy to be wearing clogs. You knew it was cool. We teased you, but you just went on with your own style. Or should I talk about the fact that you took 5 of us kids across the country in a van all the way to Maine and back, and I think the worst thing that happened was you tossed the Neil Diamond tape out the window? Or is it that in junior high all the girls my age called you Uncle Larry and loved you? So I was thinking about all these different things, but what I kept coming back to was just all the memories I have of just hanging out in the basement, in the garage, you know, banging nails into wood, down in the BB gun range. I mean, I don't know how many dads in this day and age would let their kids have a BB gun range under the house. But anyway, so what it brought me to is this. I'm in the garage and I just see signs of you all over the place. We've got, I'll just give you a quick tour. We've got the power tools here. As you can see, we've got glues out, it's being used. You know, back here, refinishing some molding for the bathroom. In the back here, you've got every kind of thing you could ever need. Most of that's Vanessa's, but I'll take credit for some. And what else do we got here? We got bikes. I think you were the first bike commuting person I ever really knew. And so I just wanted to say happy birthday. I guess when I hit 70, my kids will be the same age that I am now. And I just hope that they think I'm as cool as I think you are. So happy 70th birthday. We love you.
On this beautiful fall day, Brother Francis and I would love to wish you a very happy 70th birthday, Brother Lawrence.
Indeed, Sister Claire. Happy birthday, Brother Lawrence. We'd like to commend you especially this birthday on your great care of creation. You've been such a great steward. As the original authors of the Green Movement, we think your life has been exemplary, except for those trout. Moreover, we'd like to wish you a happy birthday by commending your 70 years of service to God. We'd like to recite the prayer that I wrote back in 1192. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me so love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy.
O divine Master, grant that I may not seek so much to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. Happy birthday, Larry. We love you.
Hey Larry, happy birthday, brother.
70 years old. You've had a good life. I can't even remember what it was like being 70. But I tell you, the amazing thing to me is to realize that we have been friends for over 40 years at that time. And I can't tell you how much that means to me. And it's been more than just a friendship. You have been a real brother in Christ and have blessed me in many, many ways. I think of, hold on. I gotta go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the interruption, but nature calls, you know, at our age. But anyway, where was I? I just wanted to tell you what the occasion of your birthday made me think of. I just kept going back, Judy and I, and talking about the wonderful trips we've had together. Trips to Ghost Ranch, to the trip to Italy, to England, to Hawaii, even to Vail. Remember those times going to Vail, if you can think back that far. But also I've been thinking about the fact that I wouldn't be the fabulous fisherman, fly fisherman that I am today if it wasn't for you. Really though, those times have been really special for us, for me. I know it may be frustrating to you, but to me they're really great. Lots of laughs we've had, and we've also celebrated a lot of sorrows together. And the most important thing, though, I think, is the fact that you have been such a blessing to me in my life, and to countless people whose lives you've touched. We thank God that who God made you and who you are to all of us. Anyway, birthdays are a good time to kind of look back and take stock, but also I hope you'll keep looking forward. There's more to come, brother. Good things. Happy birthday again. Love you, man.
So, Larry, I have such great memories of spending time in a canoe. I couldn't resist telling you a couple of stories, and I'm sure you remember exactly the way I do. But it's you and me, fresh air, the call of the wild, and always no fish. But I remember when we decided to go native, like the Native Americans do, and launch into the Pacific Ocean in your canoe. And our plan was to take the waves head on, but as you remember, we got sideways and got dumped pretty hard in the surf. And after we got the water out of the canoe, I got back in, and you were standing here next to the gunnels, and about that time another wave broke on us, and it sent me shooting toward shore at about 50 miles an hour. Left you under about 6 feet of water. When we finally recovered from laughter, our wives were up on the shore watching us anxiously, and they were pretty sure that they were going to be widowed and our children would be fatherless. The other thing I remember is that we went fishing above Yakima at a lake that I don't remember what it was, but it was late in the evening in a beautiful setting, and we were fishing away, just enjoying being out. There was quite a bit of breeze that night, if you remember, blowing across the high desert, and of course we weren't catching many fish. But as we sat there, there was one other guy on the lake off in the distance, and you said to me, you know, if you look at that guy over there, it looks like that island is moving. And I kind of said, yeah. thinking maybe you'd had one too many beers or whatever. And then we both looked about the same time and realized that, yeah, it was moving. It wasn't the guy at all. It was the moving island. And it took us about 30 minutes to recover from laughter.
I think you made that up.
No, we didn't. We wish you a happy 70th.
Happy birthday, Lair. We love you.
And may all your islands float.
Larry, we have worked pretty hard on putting together a birthday greeting for you. We went all the way back to your senior year in high school and picked the top song from that year, and we have put meaningful lyrics to it.
Larry, there's a man turning 70 that we all know. Larry, he lived way back a long time ago. Larry, he's Colorado bred from the very start. Larry, he hunts and he fishes, but he's really got a heart. Larry, he loves his truck and his dog and his sweet wife. Larry, he's got exceptional friends who are pledged for life. So here's a birthday message from us to you. Stay young, say your prayers, kick your boot heels too.
Larry, you're a genuine dinosaur.
You're old, Larry. You're really old.
Really old.
Happy birthday, Larry.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Grandpa Willie. Happy birthday, Grandpa Willie. Happy birthday, Grandpa Willie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, Grandpa Willie. Happy birthday, Grandpa William. Oops, that was wrong. Happy birthday, Daddy. No, you to Grandpa Larry. Cha-cha-cha.
2, 3.
Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Cha-cha-cha. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Cha-cha-cha. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Cha-cha-cha. Feliz cumpleaños, abuelo. Cha-cha-cha.
Abuelo ¿qué?
Abuelo, ¿qué? Punto, punto, punto. Can I do it by myself this time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Cha-cha-cha. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Cha-cha-cha. Feliz cumpleaños a Grandpa Larry. Feliz cumpleaños a ti. Cha-cha-cha. Bye. Happy birthday, Grandpa! Hi, Grandpa. I was working on a Lego movie for you during this weekend, but I couldn't finish it, so later, probably after your birthday, I'll have to send it to you.
Say bye.
Bye.
Hi, Dad. It's Kelly. We are making this video to say happy birthday to you and hope you're having a great time in Seattle. As Liam said, we've been working on a movie for you, but we had some technical difficulties, so eventually you might get a really cool video for your birthday. Happy birthday from all of us in California. Love you. Now let's see.
Hi, Uncle Larry. Happy 70th birthday. It's super awesome that you've existed on this planet for 7 decades. that's quite an accomplishment, and you've totally graced the earth with your wonderful being for so many years and so many more years. And so I hope that you enjoy this day and celebrate, because it's totally worth celebrating, obviously. Sending you my love. You're super awesome, and I can't wait until I get to see you again. Happy birthday.
Here to wish you happy birthday, Uncle Larry. Happy 70th birthday. Woo! Happy birthday. Okay, who's next?
I don't have much to say, Uncle Larry, but you're hilarious, and happy birthday. Have a great 70th. Have fun.
Hope all the years are treating you well, especially the big 7-0. Congratulations. You're glad you're in Seattle instead of here because it is windy and cold. All the best to you. Slap some salmon.
Happy birthday, Larry. Thanks for being the best uncle I know.
Happy birthday! Larry 70!
So we're up here in one of your favorite places, Mount Sanitas, and thinking of you on your birthday. And we're going to visit a few of your most favorite locations in Boulder, and they all want to wish you a happy birthday too.
Okay. We wanted to wish you a happy birthday to Larry. Happy 70th birthday from Mary's Cafe in Boulder.
Well, here we are, Larry. Happy birthday!
Woohoo!
Woo woo!
Dad, as you know, Tom couldn't be here today with us, but he wanted to wish you a happy birthday and thanks for all those past burgers and beers. Happy 70th from Tom's.
Hey, Larry. Happy 70th birthday from the Guckins.
Grandpa, I want to wish you a happy 70th birthday. My dad says you're not 30, I guess. So, happy birthday, Grandpa.
Hey Grandpa, happy birthday. I hope this is the best 70th birthday that anybody ever has.
Hi Grandpa, I want to wish you a happy 70th birthday. Yeah, and
Larry, as Lisa and the kids have said, we want to wish you a happy 70th birthday. I am up here with Lisa on Mount Sanitas, and we know this is one of your favorite places. And being out here and just watching the trails as people walk the trails, I guess what I reflect on is one of your favorite authors, title of his book, Eugene Peterson's A Long Obedience in the Same Direction. See these trails and picture you with the dogs and you and Margaret. I think of a life that has been obedient in the same direction. And we thank you for that witness and for your faithfulness in all the ups and downs. And just being out here, we're thankful for you in our life. And we just want to wish you a happy 70th birthday.
Happy birthday! So, now that we've made it all around Boulder and all your Barton grandchildren have wished you a happy birthday, and we've sort of walked the memory trail of Boulder, we just want you to know how much we love you and how much we hope you have a fabulous 70th birthday as you mark this next decade. Happy birthday!
He might be old. He might have dementia. But don't mess with him. Don't get that idea. Why's that, you ask?
'Cause he's Lawrence of Arabia. What? Arabia. 'Cause he's Lawrence of Arabia.
Lair, Lair, the big old bear. He hugs real hard and he's got a good stare. Something, something, red hair. Something, fishing snare.
Larry, Larry, Uncle Larry, how does your garden grow? With horse manure and bullshit all piled in a row.
Larry is the white guy. People think he's funny. He catches lots of fish and he fries them up with honey.
What's that, Margaret? Bolo tie. What's that, Margaret?
Bolo tie.
What's that, Margaret? Bolo tie. What's that, Margaret? Bolo tie. It's a bolo tie.
What's that, Margaret? What? Bolo tie. Bolo tie. Bolo tie. Bolo tie!
What's that, Margaret? Bolo tie.
Bolo tie, bolo tie, bolo tie, bolo tie.
What's that, Margaret?
Bolo tie.
Hi Larry, it's Min. Well, of course you know it's Min because you see me. Happy birthday, 70. Wow. So I went up to Boulder and talked to Dad a little bit, and it was as if I was his secretary taking notes. So let me read this to you. He says, any birthday for Margaret Larry takes me back to when Harlan suggested that the folks babysit Lisa during club. He said Mary or Baba would join me in saying, we're glad that happened. It opened a decades-long association of friendship and love. And then he goes, it's like I'm his secretary. Reminiscing in this manner takes us through an unbelievable variety of events, situations, complications, and delights. Thanks for letting us be a part of your life and lives. He talked about sit-down dinners. He called the corner at 643 Mapleton kind of a street fair, and he was talking a lot about Ghost Ranch. Those CYTs, and you were one of them, for Mom and Dad, cute young things. Happy birthday from all of us. Carlson's in Colorado. Enjoy. Bye.
Hi. Okay, we had 3 things that we thought would make Larry smile and remember something. And to begin with, one started at about the same time Dana was born. And we taught Larry all about snakes, poisonous ones that crawl on the ground in Texas. And we had, where we lived in Friendswood, copperheads and other kinds, and the copperheads would hide in leaves and stuff. So your dad...
They were nocturnal.
Yeah, they were nocturnal, basically. So your dad and Corky came down to visit. Maybe Dana had just been born. And he would get out of the car at night and just clomp, clomp, clomp over to the stairs. And we told him, you can't do that because there are copperheads all around here, and if they get you, they'll chew on you. So the next night, we saw one in the headlights, and Augie got the hoe from under the overhang where we lived and chopped it up and just left it there. Killed the snake. Scorched the snake, according to, Macbeth. And the next day, we went out in the morning, and the ants had stripped that snake. Absolutely stripped the whole thing. And you could see the fangs where they were in the back. And the next time we went out at night, your dad popped out of the car, tiptoed, all the way to the stairs, and then ran up. So he learned about copperheads. Augie has a story.
For a while, Larry, when Larry was in law school and I was in graduate school, you all lived about 2 blocks from where we did, and so we rode together each day. And during the course of those rides, we would start to have a discussion, which quickly turned into an argument in the lawyer sense, in the debate sense. And we would argue about anything. It really didn't matter. And some days those arguments would go on for days. For example, we argued about the purpose of parking meters for about a week. And it didn't matter what we argued about. The argument was the point, not the subject. And I think some days we inadvertently changed positions and didn't know it from one day to the next. One day he might take the positive and I would take the negative. The next day, without even thinking, we would simply switch. It didn't matter. That wasn't the point. But the week-long parking meter, that was a bit much.
Was it ever resolved?
No.
Of course not.
None of them were ever resolved.
Right. Anyway, we have good memories of your dad. He's okay. I'll keep him. Happy birthday, 70th. To you, Larry.
Thanks, guys.
Good afternoon to wonderful, almost 70 Larry Ryder. You know, who would have thought that we would be in Seattle, where it's kind of cloudy, but a beautiful, clear day today as far as no rain, to celebrate your 70th birthday. If I had had my druthers, I would have taken you on some exotic trip. But since that is not possible, and we are so glad to be with at least half of our children and grandchildren, we're going to enjoy a good party tonight. And most of all, I want to tell you how much I love you, as if you didn't already know. But you know that I love you very much, and I wish you the happiest birthday ever.
Hello, Larry. This is Bob and his Western lady, or at least we're trying to look like we're Western. And we want to wish you
Happy birthday, Larry.
A big 70th, Larry. That's amazing. I hope to catch up with you someday. So I was thinking about a couple things, and one of the things I wanted to show you was this little picture. Are you zooming? And this is a reminder of a special time. It's Lawrence of Oregon. And you'll remember some special things. I hope you'll remember some special things that happened on that day. I'm trying to look like you. That's a tough job. But I have my cowboy hat on, and I got on my cowboy boots, and all this reminds me of the time I saw you walking through the airport in Denver, and you were headed off to Texas or someplace like that, as I recall. And perhaps this drum will remind you of a few things. But Judy got me this drum. We keep it every now and then. We beat it just to remember you. So one other thing, Lair. There was a time, I remember, when we talked about heaven. And we were sitting around a table at Shoop's. And it's a special memory for me because we were all talking about meaningful relationships. And your comment was very special, stayed with me, because you looked around the table at each of us and said, this time together is a little piece of heaven for me. And so, as Judy and I think about your 70th, we wish we could be with you, but there's nothing better than being with your kids. Have a ball, enjoy your 70th celebration, and we'll look forward to when we see you next. Give Marg a squeeze. Love you, Lair. Bye.
Hey, Larry, I hear it's your birthday today. Hey, you're a great guy, and we need to see more of you guys. We just don't see enough of ya. And you're going to have to take notes, Larry, so when I get up to your age, you can tell me what it's like to be there, okay? Yeah, right. Hey, I hope you have the best birthday you've ever had, and good luck, and I hope everything's going fun and fine with you. Happy birthday.
All right, you're on.
Hey, Larry, happy birthday, big boy. How are ya? Say, what, tips about how to live life to the fullest? Well, you could go on a trip with us this summer. You could hug Dolly 10 times for me. And you could never stop and smell enough roses, or kiss that beautiful wife, or hug Bo too, a lot. We love you. Have a great, great, great birthday. And have a piece of cake for me.
Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, dear Grandpa. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Hiya, I love you, Grandpa.
I can't tell how. Okay.
Hi, Dad. I'm sitting here with Lisa, and she is filming this for us. We're sitting here in Sayulita, and hoping that you're having a wonderful week with the boys. And I just wanted to go through a few things for your birthday, okay? And I know now that you know that we're doing videos, and all the loved ones around that have made videos for you, this is my video for you. And what I did is I went through and I made a list of 70 memories or 70 influences that you've had on me. And I'm going to read through them pretty quickly because I know that you've got a lot of things to watch here today. So, and I've grouped them in no particular order, but they're sort of grouped. And as I was going through this, it just this is what popped into my mind. So the first thing I'm going to start with is kind of a random one, but it's near and dear to my heart, and that's the fact that you loved bikes. And I loved growing up watching you ride your bike to work and riding around town in Boulder. I thought that was really neat. I remember all the bikes that you had, in particular the white road bike that you had with the leather Brooks saddle and the neat fenders. I've always wanted that black Schwinn that had the kickback brakes, and if I could ever get that back, I would. I remember your Diamondback, your mountain bike, your stump jumper, some of those I'll never forget. I have very fond memories of you showing me how to work on my bike and fix the flats and oil the chain and do all that kind of thing. Replace all those tires that I went through from skidding on the corner when I would ride my bike through the neighborhood. My first ride to school, when you kind of did the buddy ride with me to Washington Elementary and showed me the route that you wanted me to take, and I'll never forget that first ride and how liberating it was to be able to ride all the way to Washington on my own. And I never deviated from that. Just so you know, I was very, very good about staying on that route on the way home. I also remember the project that you did with Lisa's Fuji, and she had that maroon Fuji, and I'll never forget watching you disassemble that entire bike, prep it, and then repaint it to that lime green color that was so cool, and then reassemble the bike. So those are some neat biking memories that I had. And then of course the first really high-end mountain bike that you bought for Clark and I, those Treks, the Trek 990 and the Trek 970, or excuse me, the Trek 970 and the Trek 950. That was neat. The second group of kind of memories are from kind of around the house. So your shop, I have some really fond memories of your shop and the different woodworking projects that we did, including that Viking ship that you helped me build for that 4th grade project for Mrs. Foss's class in the Vikings. I wish I still had that little boat because it was such a neat boat, and I just remembered all the things that you helped me do on that. I loved watching you build the stained glass windows, and that was such a neat thing to see, and I just have some really fond memories of not only the actual windows that you built, but the projects. I loved sitting on that tall stool that you had recovered a bunch of times and watching TV and just watching you kind of putter around the shop. The shooting range that you helped Clark and I build under the house. I'll never forget the first time that you let me use that big radial arm saw in the garage. That was a neat feeling, knowing that I was now able and old enough and safe enough to be able to use that saw. I also have a lot of memories around cars with you, Dad. And when I think about cars, I think about that massive, I think it was a Plymouth station wagon that we had for a while, maybe a Chrysler, I don't remember what it was, but I just remember being huge. And then going to that little miniature green Honda Civic, and then trading that for that tan Chevy van, then the Ford van, then the 1948 Plymouth, of course, and that was a neat project to watch that be repainted, and then the Model A from the Carlsons, all the different Saabs that you had for the Vail district attorney job, the Toyota Camry that I learned how to drive stick on, which is I have fun memories about that. I remember that period of time that we had Grandma's Maverick, and I remember that being parked across the street next to the Dubofsky's house. The different trucks, the tan pickup truck, the red pickup truck, all of those cars are in memories of mine. And then, of course, the Mustang, the 1968 Mustang, the blue one that I totaled. I remember being concerned that you were going to be disappointed that after all that hard work that you helped me get that thing up and running, that I had crashed it 2 weeks after my birthday. And then, of course, the 1966 red Mustang, which has been something that I've, if I could get that car back, I would. But thanks for helping me on all those, because just working on those and having you show me how to do all the different things has stuck with me through today. The next kind of group of memories and fond thoughts that I had about you and kind of the 70 years were about the family vacations we took. We took, the driving across country in that van, in that Ford van that you had built, that custom platform in the back. I'll never forget. And not just the driving and the trip, but also, stopping at all those historical places, whether it was Williamsburg or Jamestown, or whether it was Niagara Falls or wherever it was, and just having you have all that history and all that knowledge was tons of fun. Same thing with the trip to Europe, the camping trips, the fly fishing excursions. I'll always remember you tying flies before we went fly fishing and making sure that we had enough flies for the fly fishing. And I have a fondness for little brook trout because of those fly fishing trips. I have a really fun memory of hiking with you, leaving the Carlson's cabin up in Nederland and hiking up to the little lakes in Eldora and then fishing. And I can't wait to be able to do the same thing with Ethan and Jackson. The hunting trips with Uncle Mitch and going out and shooting skeet with him, those are fond memories. The hunter safety class that you and I took together. Shoveling the walk, I remember shoveling. I have this very distinct memory of you and I, me up to my waist almost, and you up to your knees in really white, fluffy, light snow, and trying to shovel the walk. And we couldn't even shovel it fast enough, because as soon as we shoveled it, the snow was filling up behind us. The wood stove, chopping wood, cutting wood, using the axe to chop it outside and then stack it. And then how many loads of wood that we took up to the wood box in the back hall. Sunday brunches. I remember my favorite Sunday brunch that you used to make was the shrimp étouffée, and I have great memories of having all the guests come over to our house on Sunday for a big brunch and having étouffée. I loved it. I also have fond memories of you making breakfast and lunch for Clark and I before we went to school, and making the little brown bag lunches. Of course, the holidays. So Christmas, I'll never forget seeing you climb up and down that aluminum ladder and put all the Christmas lights up, and spend the tireless hours trying to keep those Christmas lights lit and keep them up. And then, of course, Halloween with the extravagant haunted houses and all the work that you and Mom put into those haunted houses for us from a holiday perspective. And then from from, being a kid, it was neat to see your devotion to all of your friends and the study group and the First Pres, the people of First Pres, and I learned a lot about your friendship with Har and with Rich and with Sam and Dean and Tommy and that whole group, and it was fun to watch you guys interact as a group and to watch you and your friendships with everybody. That was, I think about that a lot when I'm with my group of friends now, and so that left an indelible image on my mind. Of course, your devotion to First Pres, your support of all of the youth groups and Fishy and Snow Camp and all of those things. It was neat to have you involved in all of that and be kind of known as Uncle Larry in that group. That always made me feel good. I loved watching you play the guitar and play the banjo at the family gatherings, at the camping trips, and at the study group get-togethers. As you know, I love big street parties, and I think a lot of that stems from you and some of those street parties that you had when we were growing up. In particular, I'll never forget the work that you put in for Lisa and Dave Barton's wedding reception, and that was a fantastic party. I also have a lot of fond memories about the CU basketball games, and of course I know you and Dave Barton and the kids go to a lot of those games now, and Mom, but as a kid I remember driving up and parking in that little office complex, walking across Broadway and then past the planetarium up towards the event center for the basketball games. And for the football games, I remember walking from our house and walking down to the Boulder Mall and then down the Boulder Creek and then up to Folsom Field. And I always had a fun time with you on those days. It's interesting because with Ethan and Jackson starting their sporting events now, I think back about all the games that you attended that were, Clark or myself, all the baseball games, all the basketball games, all the football games that you came to, and all the support that you had for us on those. Have very fond memories of driving to the UW as a freshman, and specifically playing catch with you in Pendleton, Oregon, on the side of the road at that park after having lunch with you and Mom. The first game that I started at the UW, I remember instinctively looking over to see you watching the game, and you weren't there, and at first my heart sank because I thought, oh, my dad's not here to see me start this first game at the UW. But quickly after that, I thought to myself how lucky I was that you came to all those games, and the fact that it was instinct to look over there for you meant a lot to me, and I will never forget that. And then, of course, all the phone calls and all the emails of support while I was a freshman out there alone in the world, and so to get that, to know that I had that foundation of support at home was big. And of course, just the daily advice from the time I was a little one until now, I think has put me in a good spot to be successful as a dad and as a husband and as a friend. So thank you for that. And then this last 10 items, or almost 15 items, are, I think, the most important. And I think that although all those other memories and so forth were important, the role model that you have been to me, just from a family perspective, has been huge, Dad. And having the family first is fantastic. And the love that you've shown Mom, and the kindness, and just the gentle hand that you've had, and the affection that you've shown her, and the respect that you've shown her has been very good for me. And I know it's been good for Lisa and I, and I hope that I can impart those same qualities onto my boys. I've never seen anything but love for my sister Lisa, or my sister Kelly, or my brother Clark. And I think one of the reasons we're tight and we are all in the family relationships that we're in now is because of the relationship that you and Mom had. I think, from a male perspective, Clark and I are both the roles that we're in our families, and the partners that we are due to watching you and your example. I have a neat watching you welcome my Lisa into our family has been fantastic, and the sincere hugs that you've given her and the love that you've shown her has been huge for us, and I know that she appreciates the support on that. And with Lisa and I, all the guidance that you've given me as far as our marriage and things that have helped you, and just the support has been huge. And then just from a Ryder family kind of paternal position, I've watched that a lot, and that's been important. And then from a family perspective too, it's been really fun to see Ethan and Jackson and how they think about you, and the fact that you're a barometer for so many things, and they say, well, what about Grandpa on this, and how about Grandpa on that, and so forth. So that's pretty cool. And this week is a very good example of that support too. I mean, we have had just a wonderful week to reconnect, and for Lisa and I to just really relax and have a good time, and we couldn't do it without your support. So again, I know that's 70 things was a lot of different memories and a lot of items to go through, but I'm thrilled to spend your 70th birthday with you this upcoming week, and I hope you know how much we love you, and I hope you have a great day. Love you, Dad.